Hello, in this video we're going to show you how to make a shadow box, a penguin shadow box, this time using coloured card. Not done this before, so we'll see what it turns out like. I have made a similar reindeer star, and you'll be able to find these two and maybe some more letters on my Design Space profile. So we are making a penguin, another penguin shadow box. First thing I'm going to start off with is the outer layer. Let me put that down here. So this layer, I'm just going to mark the middle, top and bottom, so I know roughly where to glue the heart onto the back. So this is our piece to make the heart, and it has got score lines all on it, so I'm just going to fold along those score lines all the way along. This card is oh, there is a halfway score line as well, but that's the bottom of the heart, so that goes down here. This is, I think, 220 GSM card, just a bit more pliable than the 300 GSM, so it makes it easier to curve around into the heart shape. So let's do all those score lines. I'm going to open that side up because that's going to be the back. And they will need to go on top of the last heart shape. So this is then going to sit. So there's the middle, so that will be in the middle slot here. Line up with the middle score line. And then it will curve round like that, and that will curve round, and then that needs to be a valley fold, so it makes the V, and then I'm going to glue that in there, my Yoo-hoo glue. Ooh, coming out quick. Always good to have a piece of scrap paper if it does that. Right. Some glue on there. Put on there. And then we're going to stick along that line. Just have to hold it for a bit to make sure it's stuck. Yoo-hoo glue gives you a bit of wiggle time, so you can wiggle it into position. Not quite set yet. Right, will do. So I'm going to put glue on the base, but I'm only going to go halfway up each side to start with. Just makes it a bit easier to control the bend of the card. Strings. Right, so remove these bits. see that, so that's going to go on that and there, and you can see it lines up with the edge of the inside. It's hard to do. Push down, settle that side. Hold it there for a bit. Make sure there's no glue, and you can see from this side you can move it slightly. We can always trim those bits after. And it will be covered with the red heart. Just pushing down inside. Make sure they are stuck down, and you can still manipulate them a bit while the glue is setting. Right, now to do the top half. Make sure I've got no wet glue. Right, so then that bit is going to curve in. Curve in round there. So we need a bit of glue on this bit. This is about the trickiest part, the rest of it's quite easy after this. So let's put some glue in along the edge of the black. Enough. Right, let's get this top bit in first. That way I can see. Can you see? Yes. So that top curve bit, and then you can bend out those edges. Curve of the heart. Glue. Keep pressing it down, make sure it's stuck. Right, so don't worry about that bit, we will curve that bit on the base when we come to put the base on. I'm going to fold out all of those tabs, and then when we put our layers in it'll be a bit easier, and we can trim off Well, little scissors, trim off those little bits that we can see there. We can even fold it back a bit. And fold them back. And just bend them back a little bit. Don't worry about any glue marks because the red heart will come around the front and cover those. Right, I'll leave you to dry while we do the layers. So for the layers, so our back one is our heart for the back, so I'll leave that there. So for the layers, I'm going to turn them over. Once you pop them all in order, I'm going to turn it over, and we're going to start with the front one. Make sure I've got no glue. Now, I've found easy way to get cut my foam. So I've got a foam on a roll. You can get it in pads on a flat piece, and you can just cut the pads in to, I think I cut them into quarters. That I found, I put a long strip on parchment paper. It doesn't stick to the parchment paper, but it makes it a lot easier to cut slithers because you want them nice and thin to fit on the edge of your heart. So you can just go along and slice. Stops your scissors from getting sticky, stops it from sticking to your table, and they peel off nice and easy off the parchment paper. Somebody's probably already thought of this, but it just came to me the other day. And same for double-sided sticky tape. I did that as well on parchment paper when you need to cut them into thinner pieces. I'm going to go all the way along, because if I don't use them all, I can just save it on the parchment paper for another day. So these are about 1/2 centimetre wide, because the edge of our heart is 1 centimetre in width all the way around. So these need to be nice and thin. That's those. Right, so layers. So this is our first one. And let's swap this around a bit. There's there, there's there, and we can just peel off. And I always put one at the top. And then one on either side. One at the bottom. And one the other side. And we are going to double up. And I like to use my weeding tool to help get off those pieces of paper. going to double up. So, and stick another pad on top of that one to give it a bit of depth. Now, I've not done one with coloured card before, so I'm quite interested to see how it looks. See how it affects the light. These images that I've used are all on Design Space. I have done a lot of slicing and contouring. So yes, that goes that way. Oh, I'm confusing myself now. That goes, yeah, it does go that way. And then you have to line it up with your first layer. So you can check. You might need to move up a bit. Let's take it off. One good thing about this card and these pads, they don't stick straight away, so you've got a bit of time to take it off and try again. Right, let's try again. Just getting those antlers to line up. I think it was a bit easier when it was all white card, and the dark card is hard to see. I think that'll do. Right, next layer. So I put the pads in the same place that I did on the first layer. And again, we're going to double up. So I'll take these backing off. And another layer on. Oh, I'll put that one on there because that was and one on there. Right, take the backing off. Very sticky pads. Right, next layer. Trees. Right, we line it up again. You can push it down if you think you've got it in the right place. Push it down where you've got those pads to make sure it's all stuck, and then we go for another layer of pads in the same place again. backing off. And then some more sticky pads to double up again. So you keep doing this for each of your layers. So I think these have got 6 layers on this one. Whereas I think the S letter had 5 layers, and I've done some other letters, and I think they had 5. I've done it up, right, doubled up on all of those, ready for the next layer, and line it up again, push it down where those foam pads are, and add the next foam pads. And we double up again. Take the backing off. How many layers have we got left? 2 more layers. Oh, there's a bus going by. That's a late one. Yep, take them all off. Right, next layer. And line it all up. And then more sticky pads. It's a chunkier one that can go down there. It's a thinner one. Chunky. Go there. And a thinner one on this side here. Let's take the backings off again. another row of sticky pads. I'm going to take the backings off again. Last layer. Ready for our last layer. Turn it over and check. Our black layer's a bit out, isn't it? Can we undo it? Or is it too late? Might leave it as it is. Not too bad. Should be okay once it's in. Right. So now we've got all our layers and we're going to put them inside. What I am going to do is going to put, is that all dry now? Yep, I am going to put a foam pad just so they sit on a row of foam pads. So I'm not going to take the back off these, just in case I need to take the layers in and out. So they're just going to sit on top of these. Foam pads. One more. Right, there we go. So we can pop you in. When it comes to the front. Still see a bit of the white, hang on. Let's get rid of that bit of white just there. Hold it in a bit, that's better. Right. Set it back in. That's going to come like that when we put the back on. Another bit there, bugging me. Right, here we go. Right, wait. Let's put the lights in now. So, lights I'm using, I've got a flat battery pack and lots of wire. I think these have got about 20 LED lights on them. Can't find the end. Where's the end? There we go. And I normally straighten them all out, fold it in half and then half again. So I'll go nice and straight. And then fold it in half. half again. So folded it in half and half again, so into quarters, and then I'm going to twist from this top end, from the loop end, and just twist it, just to keep all those wires together. So just a bit of a twist all the way along, just helps keep them the wires together. Just makes it a bit easier when you come to put it inside here, if they're all together. Right, so way around, we twist it, that'll do. So now we've got to decide where we're going to put the battery pack. Now on this one, I stuck it with double-sided tape to the side, and I cut one of the tabs in half, so this one in half. Let's do the same again. I cut that one in half, cut that off. So that is going to sit and come out there and then hide behind the foot. So I'm going to put a bit of double-sided tape that I've already cut. I might have to do some more in a minute, but we'll try. See how far we get. Right, so a bit of double-sided tape, just so you can then change the batteries should you need to. I'm going to hide it behind that foot. So it's literally just going to sit there, so we make sure you can still stand. Yep, not in the way. And then he's going to go in that gap, and we're just going to use double-sided tape to hold it in place. So a bit of double-sided tape. So it's just going to hold it in place, and then we can start to go around. Don't worry about that heart shape yet. You might want to use double-sided tape as you go around. Just don't put it over your lights, because otherwise it blocks a bit of the light. I'll use a thinner piece, I think. There we go. So it's just going over the lights, over the wire. Another one there. We'll go for a thicker piece this time. Get it off. Yes. Peels off nice and easy. So if you can see, I'm just going to tape the wire to the wall of the box. While we go around, just makes it a bit easier and keeps it in place. So a bit more tape. And go around again. Right, I'll take that bit there, I think, and use a thinner piece for that bit. Oh, stuck to my finger. Try again. There we go. And around again. And and then just tape the end. So a loopy end. Oh, there's a bit of double-sided, so I will take the back off that one, because that's where my loop ends, and then I can stick this double-sided tape on top of that one. There we go. Oh, I think I needed a piece there. Let's put a piece of tape on that bit then. Okay. This on there. And then we can test just to make sure they work. Right, now we're ready. To put the back on. I don't think I did too far with that. Oops. No, that's fine. Need a bit of tape on that one, that's all. Okay. When you want it to stick, it sticks, and when you don't... Right, okay, we'll leave it. It's fine. It's fine. Right, the back. So, let's just make sure I've got it the right way round. I'm going to get this red heart out so I can... So, that it goes on the front. So does it match? It does, so that means the heart goes on that way round, on the back. So this is going to sit in there, so we need to cut a little slot for our wire. Just a little slot for the wire. And then these are going to stick on top. So I'm going to do 3 at a time, otherwise it gets a bit messy. Glue on the tabs. Now line it up. There's the V at the bottom. And you just need to press and hold it for a bit till it sets. And then you can do the next 3. Right, ready for the next 3. Make sure they're all out of the way. That one coming off. Right, next 3. All the strings. There's press and hold it till it sets. I'm not sure if double-sided sticky tape would hold it. I have thought that might be a bit easier, but I haven't tried it, so I don't know. Maybe somebody could try it and let me know. Right, next one. Really getting to the pointy bit, the V bit on the heart. This is where the spatula might come in handy to push from the other side. So now I'm going to do just these two for the V. These take a bit longer. I'll hold them in place. Push it from the other side. I think that will do. Okay. Right, let's do the next ones. I will have to try one with double-sided tape and see how that works out. Right, and I might use the weaving tool to get under that. Right, let's do the bottom bit. That one. Weeding tool's quite handy to get in there and push it up from underneath. Actually, the spatula is good as well. It gives you a bigger surface to push on. Right, last three. Bits of glue out of the way. Hold that while it dries. Quite dry yet. I can still see it wiggling. Sometimes it dries really quick and then sometimes it takes a bit longer. Probably because it's a bit cooler in here today with the weather being cold outside. Right, I can chop off that bit of the tab that we don't need now. Right, and that's the back of our shadow box. Right, we can turn it over and we can start on the front. Right then, turn him over, and we know what we're doing. So, and here I've got all the bits that we need. So we've got the flower, the inner bit of the flower, the leaf for the flower, 2 feet, the face, the hands, make one last, cheeks, there's beak and 2 eyes. So, first thing we need to put on is the face. Now this lines up just about there. Now which way round does it go? Is it that way round or is it that way round? Oh, I think it might be that way round. Right. So let's put some glue on. And we'll pop these there, and then we'll bring you into position. That's about right. Right, you can go there. We'll put the feet on. Now if you look at the feet, they've got a slightly straighter side on this edge, so they go at the bottom. It's very minute, so it doesn't really matter, but they go like that. So we put the feet on next. One, I'll wiggle it in a minute. Move her into position. That way. So, now we want the cheeks and the eyes. Put you there. And you there. Oh, I can do the centre of the flower. You can go. The flower has little score lines on, so it shows you where to fold those petals, and the leaf has got score lines on too. Right, eyes next. Right, so let's make sure I've got them the right way round. So that, and then they are going to go on like that. Then we need to put the heart on. So let's put some glue on the heart. Then we can put the beak. Then we can put the hands on. Remember the thumbs go at the top. That one on there, that one on there. Thumbs at the top, and then match them. And the ones on there. So thumbs are on. Now last but not least, put the flower in the hair. Fur, is it? Fur? Feathers, fur. That one. So there we go, last but not least, flower on. Right, let's switch it on and have a look. Huh, that looks kind of cool. It's a bit bright with the lights. So let's switch you on.